involved with you here. My name is Leanne, I'm the daughter and most commonly referred to as, oh really, they had a daughter? Because when you leave Northwest Iowa, you pay the price, and the price is anonymity. But yes, I am the daughter, and my family and I are here today to celebrate. We are from Lakeville, Minnesota. I'm going to just have each family just wave at you. So my family, just wave. Okay. So that's our family. My husband Dave is over here. Yes. Okay. And then introducing the good seed, those that didn't leave the heartland, that would be Joel. Joel, yes, over here, and his wife Andrea. Yes, here. And their family, will you wave? Yep. A lot of them are back there, yes.
Have them stand up, Leanne.
Oh, do you think they have to stand up? Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to make it that hard. My family, would you stand up, please? Okay. Yeah, my family is an odd group. And then Joel's family. Yep. And then second brother, Randy. Up, and Lydia. And their family, if you'd stand up. All these good-looking people right here. Okay, thank you. And then David, the youngest brother, over here, and his family. Scattered. Oh, almost on this side. Oh. It looks like we're going to play the Family Feud. You're on that side. We're on this side. Okay. So I also want to mention Dad's and Mom's siblings that are here today. Dad's sister, Patricia. There she is, back here. Thank you. And his next sister, Margie. Where are you, Margie? Margie? There's Margie. They want you to stand up.
She is.
She is. You don't have to. No. Okay. And Margie's come from Florida to be with us today. And then the youngest sibling is Bradley from Tennessee, and his wife Mary, right beside him. And their dear sister-in-law Betty, that's right over here too with us, and she can wave. And then Mom's brother Lee from Wilmer, Minnesota. And Lee's going to stand up. Okay. There we go. And it's quite amazing. There's so many people that have come from so far, and we just, but I just have to mention, Dad's cousin came from, she and her husband road tripped from San Clemente, California, which is quite amazing. Darlene Whitrock Lang over here. We think that's wonderful. And then Mom's cousin, Leona Collier Gulliford, and her husband Virgil, they came from outside Chicago with their son Dennis to be with them today. So we've got some cousins that have made the distance, but there's nieces and nephews and all kinds of family that have been with us today, and we're so thankful for all of them. So as we start the program now, we have a visitor who has come from the furthest. He's actually come from the dead to be with us today, and that's Abraham Lincoln.
Hi, Abe.
80 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this continent a new generation conceived in O'Brien County and dedicated to the proposition that Grandpa and Grandma are created without equal. So today, live from Sutherland, Iowa, it's Ken and Bub's birthday party.
How do you follow Abraham Lincoln? Okay, it was the best of addresses. We follow and we borrow from Lincoln. But pondering the past just started us thinking. It's a deep thing to fathom this mystery of history, and making it murkier, we'll add some twistery. Let's look back together at the last 90 years. See what part of the story was played by our dears. And occasionally a twist. Well, we'll conjecture a bit. Wouldn't the world have been better if they'd been running it? So, Let's break it down. By the decade, years ending with 7, starting with birth, ending this side of heaven, which will be the big upgrade that we're all looking for. But gosh, you've made 90. Let's go 10 more.
1927 to 37. That's where it starts. And here's where we add in the could have been part. An Iowan was in the White House. But wouldn't this mover and shaker and mover, have been an improvement over Herbert C. Hoover? Would the Depression have been dodged after the stock market crashed? Would the plans of the Führer been toppled and trashed? The only sure thing in this decade, had Bev had a role, there's not even a chance there'd have been a Dust Bowl. The rest we'll never know, because the truth's off the grids, since these two were just babies and the cutest of kids.
Did your mother realize the stork delivered quite a prize the day he left you on the family tree?
Did your dad appreciate that you were simply super great, the miracle of any century? We're sure they did, and we would both agree.
You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you drove the little boys wild. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, Claire and Amy's daughter showed the kids how. I can see their happy eyes when their baby took the prize. I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause Beverly, look at you now.
Well, you must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been the cutest of kids. When you began to toddle an early Gerber model, you made the little girls flip their lids. And Ed and Nellie were so delighted. They said, let's go and have us 6 more. With your shy and serious ways in your country schoolboy days, I bet the ladies all went wow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause Daddy, look at you now. Well, you must have been some beautiful babies, 'cause babies, look at you now.
37 to 47. Wow, these kids grew up fast. No time to be coddled when reveille blasts.
And now I'm writing you too.
High school behind, did our dad hear the call to meet other world leaders planning victory at Yalta? No, but looking like a pinup, this heartthrob in blue was serving his country in the Bowdoin Strait crew. Of course, Bev was not idle. She's never been in that state. Nursing class early, then staying up late. To send love and encouragement to her man off on ships, was our mom the prototype of the nurse known as Hot Lips? We don't know what she wrote him, but it must have been riveting. Because he stayed strong and true, never straying or pivoting. Then hooray, the war's over. No need for more parting. He raced up to Sioux City and proposed to Clara Barton. I'm on my knees to pledge to cease, Beverly. Love's brought me here, down on my rear, Beverly. Asked Claire if I might, and he said, dang right. You can do it tonight by me. I was so glad I told my dad, clever me, for I have treated the best of breed, Beverly. Who knew one small kiss could lead to 70 years of bliss? Yes, I am tamed, I stake my claim on Beverly.
So they married. Next year is their 70th. Holy cow. Then Ed said to Grandpa, I guess what do we do now? Ed said, go walk beans, fix the fence, bale some hay, don't put off till tomorrow what we can do today. Get the corn picked before the snows come, 'cause we are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Pardon the stereotype, they were never so dowdy. And this picture from that time suggests she might have been rowdy. Whatever, they were fruitful. 6 years was all it took to make 3 strapping farm boys and an overworked cook. We have another song here. The title is great, but the boys think the content leaves room for debate. When the work's all done, the composer has written. They read that line and think, you gotta be kidding. Their regrets as to farm life is a very short list, but a day when the work's done just didn't exist.
Well, life on the farm is kinda laid back. Ain't much no country boy like me can't hack. It's early to rise and early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. A simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on a farm. My days are filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a wine pipe, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. And life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
When work's all done and the sun sets low, I pull out my fiddle and I rising up my bow. Kids are sleeping, so I keep it kind of low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I'd play Sally Gooden all day if I could, but the Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. I fiddle when I can and I work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. And life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Pickle pie. daddy till the day he died, and he took me by the hand and held me close to his side. He said, live a good life, but pay the fiddle that cried. Thank God you're a country boy. Well, my daddy taught me how to hunt and how to fiddle. He taught me how to work and play the tune on the fiddle. He taught me how to love and how to live just a little. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got the old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. And life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeehaw!
You're too kind.
The theme of this decade, Father Knows Best. Let's try that again. Here's the one you might have guessed. We all pulled together. It was our last chance to save. Before tuitions and a wedding, if a suitor's found who was so brave. Mom went back to work, and did we buy life's amenities to live like the Rockefellers or those Camelot Kennedys? No, and folks, we all thought, it's time for confession. We'd have gladly kept the money you spent on music lessons. You may remember it like this. But dears, you've forgotten. The only way to survive was to stuff your ears with cotton.
Nobody told me that. Okay, the next decade was more than just staying alive. High school, college, weddings, we all start to thrive. 67 to 77, 10 years of new frontiers. Man walked on the moon. Man sold Pioneer. Dad had never been in sales, but if you are honest and fair, you can sell furnaces in Fiji and long underwear. I've done that every time so far. These virtues were a problem at the time of Mr. Nixon. He could have used some pointers, Dad. His shtick needed fixing. Now the other frontier, and wasn't it grand, were the babies we placed in your sweet, loving hands. We've sung this before, but it's still the best. And some brave new young soloists have been added to rise to the test.
Little ones in front. Little ones in front.
Hello. When I was a little kid, just right off the floor, we used to go down to Grandpa's house every month or so. We ate chicken pie and country ham and homemade butter on the bread. Was the best damn thing about Grandma's house. my mom, love my pa, love Granny and Grandpa too. I can visit my Uncle Russ because I even kissed Aunt Lou. But if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road for Grandma's feather bed. I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road. 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It was made from the feathers of 40 loving geese, took a whole bullet clap from the tick. We could hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
Nice job, Mike. Good job, baby.
'77 to '87, art imitates life as this alien packs up and relocates his wife. Oh Lordy, who'd have thunk it? They moved into town. Did they dine in their tuxes and bling evening gowns? Did Mom start wearing makeup and getting manis and petties? She doesn't know what that is. Big hair and spike heels? No. But are you ready? If you joined them for breakfast, there was coffee in Dad's cup. And that had never happened, which means black's white and down is up. What a relief then. Some things stay the same. Mom planted a garden that puts Dutchmen to shame. But flowers, all flowers. No veggies to peel, husk, pod, or blanch, and no baggies to seal. Just gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Put up your feet, relax. 5 minutes a day.
I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear calling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
All things to all people, the Apostle Paul would say. And oh, all the places they give self away. This is the decade they became volunteers. You ask, are they busy? They're up to their ears. Some light construction, snow removal, or perhaps you need some mowing, or a ride to your doctor. Well, that's just where Ken was going. But this is a subject we'll not be pursuing, lest the left hand should know what the right hand is doing.
In the news, test tube babies and Dolly the clone. The world just got freaky. It's now the twilight zone. But doing what comes natural, we went exponential. When multiplication reached fourth tier potential. So 2 became 6, then 25, then 53, and looking around the room, who knows where the end will be. The family picture we need here was taken earlier today, but this one makes the same point in a somewhat hairy way. Still, doing what comes naturally is a song we can't let pass. Let's throw some family under the bus, with love, but not much class.
Folks ain't dumb where I come from. They hardly had no learning. Still they're happy as can be, doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
Folks like us could never fuss with schools and books and learning. Still we've gone from A to Z, doing what comes naturally.
We're doing what comes naturally.
You don't have to know how to read or write when you're out with the feller in the pale moonlight. You don't have to look in a book to find what he thinks of the moon or what is on his mind.
That comes naturally.
Yes.
That comes naturally. This song was won by Irving Berlin, who was a clever dude. But now we're going to change it up with some Orthman attitude.
Grandpa Ken had never been a gambler or card sharpie. Makes his bid suspiciously by doing what comes naturally.
He's doing what comes naturally.
Brother Dave would love to save the lost with gospel preaching. I'd teach him clearly as can be.
Stop doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally. Nephew Graham has showed no shame. He hitched up with a foreigner. She hails from out past Larrabee, but he's doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally.
We all know the quandary of our Auntie Marge, to choose between Sutherland and cities large. Please don't tell her till it's too late that we roll up the sidewalks here at 8:30.
That comes naturally.
Yeah.
That comes naturally.
Our Uncle Lee, let's try again.
Ready?
Yeah. Our Uncle Lee, who's godly, was a wild and crazy child. When judged by his examples, our shenanigans all looked mild. Brother Joel would never troll for older, trashy women. Found a girl who sings harmony, and they're doing what comes naturally.
We're doing what comes naturally.
Cousin Dale saves up for bail, his son-in-law's a copper. He'll need some cash to be set free after doing what comes naturally.
Doing what comes naturally. You don't have to graduate from South O'Brien to head for the hills when the fur is flying. It doesn't take a genius to know you're fake when you say, hey honey, have you gained some weight? That comes naturally. That comes naturally.
And then there's nephew Saya, who is a native
though they had good learning, and they raised a family, doing what comes naturally.
Our first premise still stands, and some would agree that Dad would have governed better than any of these three. But let's not be sexist or snarky or shady. Mom, too, could have been president, but then who would be the first lady? Back to reality of the decade just passed. We've established there's now 53 in our cast. So how to keep track of each teen and each tyke? Mom scrolls down through the Facebook, so many to like. Since Dad's not so digital, most mornings for him mean cards at the Willoway, peanut butter and saltines. Both still serving and giving, that goes without saying, and that's our sweet assurance to know they're still praying. Today, what a joy celebrating our Mom and Dad and the long happy life that together you all had. How lovingly God's cared for you abundantly more than ever you imagined through 10 and 4 score. So we know you'll agree if we end with it stressed, we your children arise and we all called you blessed.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.